Welcome to Highway Herald, your roadmap to the latest in auto. When an electric vehicle catches fire, it's not your typical car blaze. It's a completely different beast. The methods required to extinguish these fires are extreme, pushing first responders to employ tactics that sound more suited for a disaster movie than real-life firefighting. From dunking cars in rivers to submerging them in massive water tanks, the strategies we use to tackle EV fires are downright wild. Let's dive into just how outrageous these methods really are. Number 5. Obstacles faced by first responders. The challenges of EV fires go beyond dramatic extinguishing methods, primarily due to the lack of standardized procedures. Unlike traditional fires, where extinguishing methods are straightforward, each electric vehicle has unique battery configurations, complicating firefighting efforts. Firefighters can't rely on a one-size-fits-all approach. They must quickly identify the specific EV model and access the right information to safely tackle the blaze. To assist in these emergencies, some firefighters have turned to apps that provide diagrams and instructions for various EV models. However, in the chaos of a fire, expecting responders to pull out their phones and study these diagrams can be impractical and dangerous. They are trained to make split-second decisions, and delays can have dire consequences. This reliance on technology introduces risks, such as app malfunctions or lack of signal in remote areas. The absence of standardization poses serious safety hazards, as inaccurate information can lead to violent battery reactions. This issue highlights a broader problem in the EV industry. Rapid vehicle innovation has outpaced the development of essential safety protocols. Ultimately, the challenge for first responders is navigating an unpredictable landscape where critical information is often buried in complexity. The push for EVs raises an important question. Are we truly advancing, or simply creating new risks? Number 4. Disposing of electric vehicles in water bodies. Another method that truly underscores the madness of handling EV fires is the wild notion of literally picking up the burning vehicle and dumping it into a nearby river or lake. Yes, you heard that right. Picture this, scooping up the flaming car with an excavator and tossing it into the water like it's yesterday's trash. It sounds like something straight out of a disaster film, but believe it or not, this extreme method has actually been employed. So why is this method even considered? The idea is to completely isolate the fire by submerging the EV in water, cutting it off from oxygen, and preventing it from spreading to nearby vehicles or structures. It's the ultimate if you can't beat it, drown it approach. While it may seem a bit over the top, it can surprisingly be effective. After all, an unchecked burning EV could easily ignite everything in its path, turning a bad situation into a full-blown catastrophe. But let's not ignore how absurd this reality is. We're talking about using heavy machinery to physically remove a car from the scene and dump it into a body of water. A more desperate act than a practical one. Sure, it might work temporarily, but what about the long-term consequences? We could be contaminating waterways with hazardous metals from the burning battery. Ultimately, this method serves as a last-ditch effort, a Hail Mary when all else fails, highlighting just how ill-prepared we are to handle EV fires in the first place. Before we delve deeper, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support fuels our passion to create more content like this. Now let's explore number 3, immersing the vehicle in a water tank. One of the more perplexing suggestions for combating EV fires is fully submerging the vehicle in a massive tank of water. The idea is simple. Drown the fire by cutting off its oxygen supply. In theory, this sounds effective. No oxygen means no fire. However, in practice, it becomes a logistical nightmare. First, consider the size of the tank needed to fully submerge a vehicle. This isn't a kiddie pool. You'd need something substantial. Transporting a flaming EV into such a tank would require specialized equipment like cranes or heavy-duty lifts, which isn't practical in a fire emergency when every second counts. Now imagine this scenario unfolding in a parking garage. Even if you had the tank and equipment on site, the logistics of setting it up during a fire are daunting. Plus, submerging a burning vehicle poses environmental risks. The water could become contaminated, creating new hazards to manage. This extreme method underscores the unique dangers of EV fires. Rather than retrofitting impractical solutions, we should question whether these vehicles are worth the trouble. The very consideration of dunking a car in water highlights the significant challenges and risks associated with EVs. Number 2, innovative solutions, fire blankets and advanced foam. In recent years, innovative solutions have emerged to combat electric vehicle fires, particularly fire blankets and high-tech foam. A notable example comes from a controlled test in Spain involving a Nissan Leaf. The aim was to evaluate how effective fire blankets could be in containing the flames and preventing the spread of hazardous fumes. During this demonstration, firefighters intentionally set the Nissan Leaf ablaze to replicate the intense heat of a typical EV fire, driven by the lithium-ion battery's thermal runaway. They deployed a specialized fire blanket that enveloped the burning vehicle. The heat-resistant material suffocated the flames by cutting off oxygen, preventing the fire from escalating or spreading further. This method proved highly effective and shows promise for real-world applications where immediate fire suppression is crucial. In addition to fire blankets, high-tech firefighting foam has also been tested. Unlike traditional water, this foam can cool the battery while suppressing flames. In the same test, firefighters utilized modern foam specifically designed for high-heat battery fires, providing another layer of defense. While these technologies are still being refined, the tests underscore their potential to minimize damage and enhance the safety of first responders. As these innovative tools gain traction, fire departments can be better prepared for the complexities of EV fires, which traditional methods often struggle to manage effectively. The test with the Nissan Leaf offers a glimpse into how these cutting-edge approaches could transform the future of firefighting as EVs become increasingly prevalent. Number 1. Using large quantities of water for dousing. When it comes to tackling EV fires, one of the most shocking and frankly absurd methods involves the staggering volume of water required to extinguish these blazing infernos. We're not talking about the typical amount of water you'd expect for a regular car fire. Oh no, that would be too simple. For an EV fire, firefighters often need to dump an astonishing 150 tons of water. Yes, you heard that right. 150 tons. To put this in perspective, that's more than 10 times the amount needed for a conventional vehicle fire. Why so much water? The issue lies within the EV's battery pack, which poses significant fire hazards. Lithium-ion batteries can burn incredibly hot, and once they ignite, it's like a fireworks show gone horribly wrong. The fire can become so intense that the only way to have a chance at putting it out is to drown it in water. However, here's the kicker. Dumping all that water still doesn't guarantee the fire won't reignite. Damaged battery cells can smolder and potentially reignite hours, or even days later. So what's the takeaway? We're expending ridiculous amounts of water, wasting resources, and it still might not do the job. This isn't just impractical, it's fundamentally flawed EV technology that's seldom discussed. With all that water and effort yielding uncertain results, it's time to question whether these EVs are truly the future we want, or merely another ticking time bomb waiting to explode. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Highway Herald for the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the challenges of dealing with EV fires? Share your experiences and insights in the comments section below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.